By the end of this video, you're going to know the exact hacks that I've used to go viral on YouTube Shorts hundreds of times. And these will work for you no matter how many subscribers you have and no matter what niche you're in. All you need to do is make sure that you don't skip any of these things. Hack number one is you need to make sure that you're uploading content that's the right length, because if you mess this part up, automatically YouTube just isn't going to show your content to the right people, and this could lower your views even if there's a 1 to 2 second difference in your video length. So here's how you're going to figure out the right length for whatever you're going to be uploading on. What you're going to want to do is you want to come over into YouTube Studio. You want to click on analytics. From here, you want to make sure that you're clicking on trends. Now, what we're going to be able to do is actually type in what we're going to post about. For example, let's say that we're going to post about YouTube Shorts thumbnails. We are able to type this in right here. We could see what people are watching. We could come into show all and we could see what shorts are being watched. This one's 29 seconds. This one's 36 seconds. This one is 20 seconds. Now, there are two things that you could do from here. One, you could just eyeball this and say, okay, I'm going to make mine around the length of the longest video. Or what you could do is you could actually take a screenshot of this right here. And then you could bring this over into your favorite LLM, for example, ChatGPT. We could drop this in here right here and we could say, if we were creating a short on this topic, what length would you recommend and why? And then this will actually go through and recommend exactly what length you should be making your video. This goes through what the ideal length is based on this right here. And then it goes through exactly how you should actually structure that video. And you need to make sure that you follow this. I know it might sound like a funny thing where you might want to make your video way longer, or you might want to make your video way shorter, but that's not actually what you should be doing, because what you want to do is actually play into the YouTube algorithm, because one of the most important things that they actually care about is how long people spend watching your content, and this is a hack to figure out exactly how to do that. Change number two is you need to focus way more on the packaging of your YouTube thumbnails. Let me explain. Now, what I'm talking about in terms of packaging is really that you're adding in a custom thumbnail. If we come into this video got, I believe, 4 million views and counting. Custom thumbnail on here. This video, custom thumbnail. This video, custom thumbnail. This video, custom thumbnail. And look, literally every single one of these videos got millions of views. Now, the way that you are going to do this is actually from a mobile device. And here's exactly how you're able to do it. So when you are uploading something on YouTube, you want to make sure that you're doing, and this is specific for YouTube Shorts, from your phone, because you're going to see this little pencil icon. When you click on that icon, it is actually going to let you grab a part of your video. And what ideally you should be doing is you should be making sure that you're going through and either creating a frame inside of the video. And if we come down here, we could see this one and this one too. Again, these videos literally got millions of views. Almost every single time that I do this, I get millions of views. So what you want to do is you want to actually be grabbing a frame from the video and adding in a red arrow or adding in a red circle. Like you could see, I actually did in these right here, because it draws people's attention and it makes them curious. Or the other thing that you could do is actually just create a thumbnail photo using AI, or you could do it with your phone, or you could do it with your settings. And then you want to put that for like 0.1 seconds at the end of your video. And then you'll actually be able to grab that when you come in here and actually choose the thumbnail. And what this is going to do is increase the odds that people actually click on your video, because you're going to be invoking curiosity. Change number three is that you need to understand that VPH is king. If you don't know what that means, let me explain. So your views per hour is actually going to reveal to you which videos are doing the best on YouTube. And if you don't know what it is, VPH means views per hour. So let's say we do a search for something like YouTube algorithm. We could see this video has 86 views per hour. This video has 141. Now, it might look like this video has done better or is doing better because it's 73,000 views in 2 weeks, but that doesn't actually tell the entire story, because Shane right here has gotten 11,000 views in 2 days, 141 views per hour. So over time, this video is actually going to end up having way more views, but without this views per hour metric, you would have never been able to figure that out. In addition to that, this is also going to allow you to actually have this vidIQ filter right here. So we could actually come over here and type in something, for example, what we're doing right now, YouTube. And this will now actually sort this all by views per hour, so we can see exactly what is actually getting the most views on this topic. In addition to that, they have tons of different presets. They'll show you only recent uploads. They'll show you underdogs, which are high views from small channels, today's top videos of the last 24 hours, what's trending in shorts, high velocity, hidden outliers, evergreen, and then you also have all these custom filters so that you could actually customize this. And essentially what this allows you to do is cheat on YouTube, because this actually shows you which videos are getting the most views, which topics are really crushing it, as opposed to you just relying on what YouTube's going to show you right here, which, as I've clearly shown you, is kind of messed up. Like, I don't understand why they're showing this video above this video when this video is more interesting to people. Or if we scroll down a little bit more, we could see this one is getting even more views per hour. So that video should actually be first and should be taken into consideration when you're trying to identify what kind of content you're going to be uploading and you're going to be creating on YouTube. And you need to make sure that you do this every single time that you go to create a piece of content, because if you don't know the views per hour, you don't really know how well that topic is doing. And this is the number 1 metric that I would be looking at. Now, the best part about vidIQ is if you go to the pinned comment below, you can get started with it today for only $1. This tool's an absolute no-brainer. It helped me gain over 900,000 subscribers, and if you're not using this and your competitors are, you're at a huge disadvantage. In fact, this is the #1 way for you to be able to stop flopping on YouTube and start understanding exactly what people are watching today instead of relying on YouTube's outdated analytics. Hack number 4 is you need to make sure you hit the right metrics every single time that you post. And there are literally thousands of metrics that you could pay attention to when you go to upload on YouTube, but there's really only 2 that you should be looking at. We could see 2 things are true. 1, my stayed to watch is over 70%. That's the first thing that you need to make sure that you're doing. If you're not hitting 70% stayed to watch, it's because your title is messed up or your hook is messed up. Your hook being the first 3 seconds of your video. Most people don't realize that the topic also ties into this a lot. So if you're posting about a topic that a lot of people are interested in, more people are going to stay to watch. In addition to that, we have this average view duration number. You need to make sure that this number is greater than the length of your video. So we could see that this is true for this piece of content. If we come over to this piece of content, we see the same exact thing. In fact, this is only 1 second shorter. That's fine. It's only because this video has gotten millions of views. You need to make sure that at least in the beginning, these things are going to be true, because if these things aren't true in your content, you could literally do everything else right. You could be uploading about the right topic. You could have the best thumbnail. You could have the best length, but if you mess up the stayed to watch or the average view duration, it means you're not going to get the views that you want. Now, I do want to show you a video that flopped to prove to you that this is true. So let's say I come over to this video right here, which admittingly did flop. If we come down here, stayed to watch is 33%. Way too low. Average view duration is also way too low. Now again, this comes down to the hook that I added in my content, what I actually posted about, what the topic is, and then also what I did and what I said in this video. And this chart right here is really great to be able to figure out why people are dropping off, where people are dropping off, and this is indispensable. Another thing that you could do is you could actually take a screenshot of this right here. We could come back over into ChatGPT. Once again, we could drop the screenshot over here into ChatGPT, and then we can say, can you help me understand why my audience is dropping off on this video? Here is the transcript. And then what we could actually do is come back over to this video. If we click on details right here, and then if we come into subtitles, we'll actually be able to grab this right here. Boom. We'll be able to bring this back over into ChatGPT. And now ChatGPT will have enough information to actually be able to analyze this. And this goes through exactly what the issue is right here. And this tells us everything that we need to fix. And if we implement these fixes and upload a video on the same topic with a slightly different title and a better hook, it will increase the odds that that video actually gets views. Now, the last thing you need to make sure that you're doing is you need to be adopting more of a search-based strategy. You shouldn't only be trying to get views from browse features or from the shorts feed. You also need to make sure that you're not neglecting search and SEO when it comes to YouTube Shorts. So I want to show you here just how powerful search traffic is. If we look at this, in the last 28 days, I've gotten 1.5 million views from search. So let me actually change this, and I'm just going to do this for May. So in May, 1.7 million views from shorts right here. We could see 78% of the traffic came from YouTube search, 1% came from external. External is actually going to be people searching on things like Google or Bing or stuff like that. So around 80% of the traffic came from YouTube search. And this is why this is incredibly powerful. because 24/7 people are searching for stuff on YouTube, like the best settings on YouTube. And then when they actually scroll down right here, they'll see my video like this one that got 4 million views. Now, this is powerful for two reasons. One, this allows me to show up exactly when my viewer is actually searching for me. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck trying to get views from the YouTube homepage. And then what you're relying on is that you're posting about something that's more interesting than everything else that is actually being posted here. For example, Conor McGregor and Max Holloway meet again, or Drake. I don't want to compete against them. I want to compete against other people in my niche. And the easiest way for me to be able to do that is by focusing on YouTube search. Now, lucky for you, if you got the vidIQ offer from earlier, vidIQ actually makes this incredibly easy to do. Because if you actually come into vidIQ, this will show you exactly what people are searching for. It shows you rising keywords. You could click on show all right here, shows you keywords for you, shows you outliers for you. And this is incredibly useful. In addition to that, if we actually click into keywords right here, this is where we could go through and find for us top search terms, rising keywords. And if we click into these, for example, how to go viral on TikTok, this will actually show us how easy it is to rank for this, other related keywords, how many views per hour this is getting. We could actually go through all of the videos, the shorts, the channels, and the thumbnails that are getting the most views under this. And this tool right here makes it incredibly easy for you to be able to rank for search. And if you aren't using this, it is way harder to rank for search. I'm telling you, if you want to grow faster on YouTube, you want to get more views, you want to get monetized, you need to make sure you're using vidIQ. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about exactly how YouTube's new AI algorithm works in 2026, check out this video that walks you through exactly how this works step by step so that you know everything. I'll see you over there.